At this point, we've got Nexpose installed, gone through the initialization process, which is rather lengthy, and that's all done. I've got the license key activated, so I'm going to go to the web interface now, and I do that on the local system, going to localhost port 3780. It is an HTTPS connection, and when you go for the first time, you'll probably get a certificate error, and you'll have to do whatever you do to confirm the security exception or add the certificate. The reason for that is because it's a self-signed certificate, so there's no certificate authority to check against and make sure that it's valid. So the first thing I want to do is I actually want to start doing a scan. So I've added a new static site. Now this is the Nexpose Community Edition, which means I've only got 32 hosts that I can do at any given time. So the first thing I want to do is say home network. And now I can go to my assets and I can do a couple of hosts right now. I'm going to add these two hosts. And now I can go to next. We'll do a full audit, although there are a number of different types of scan templates that you can use, from penetration test to just a discovery scan, to HIPAA compliance, Sarbanes-Oxley compliance, and all of these others. What I want to do right now is just do a full audit. So I'm going to add some credentials here. So I'm going to say Windows credentials. And I can use the SMB, or I could use Secure Shell if it were Linux. In this case, it happens to be a Windows system, so I'm going to leave this alone right here to Microsoft Windows /Samba. So the domain I'm going to leave alone. I'm going to say the administrator is the account, and then I'm going to give it the password. So now I can save that. And now I can go on to web applications. I'm not actually going to do any web applications, so I can give an organization here. This is just for basically accounting purposes or reporting purposes. It's just to keep some information about what you're actually doing in the database. I'm not going to add that. I'm not going to add any users. I'm just going to save. So we're going to save this site configuration here. And now what I can do is I can kick off a scan. So it's brought up the scan, included assets, excluded assets, and I can either scan all assets or just specify one or more assets. I really want to scan all of them, so we're going to kick that off. The scan is going to run at this point, and really it's that simple, just getting a scan going with Nexpose. And you'll see at this point you've got a little console telling you how long the scan has been running for. As it starts working, you'll see some active hosts, the number that are completed. If it finds vulnerabilities, they'll show up here and you get a count. You'll be able to click this open and see more details once those are available. So we're going to let the scan run at this point, and then when it's completed, we'll come back and we can take a look at the results that we've gotten from the scan.